Did you know the law says you're legally entitled to collect $500 in cash every time you receive one of those annoying robocalls, and up to $3,000 if you've listed your number on the National Do Not Call Registry? I'll bet you never knew that you can get paid for those spam calls you receive every day. I sure didn't. But thanks to Section 227 of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, we all have the right to collect serious cash and make these crooks pay each time they continue to disregard the law. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to share with you the same little-known secrets and step-by-step instructions that my attorney shared with me, so that you too can begin collecting on all that cash you're entitled to. These are the same secrets that allowed me to collect $13,700 over the past 30 days. And I currently have just north of $23,000 in outstanding demands that I'm waiting to collect on. So you're probably wondering, why would I bother sharing all these secrets with you? And what's in it for me? Well, let me provide a bit of context. First, I became a consumer advocate back in 2012 to protect wounded veterans with service dogs through the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. Well, my work with them is now complete, and as I was contemplating what to tackle next, I was constantly getting interrupted by these robocalls. Can you believe that we're now at the point where people don't even answer their phone anymore? I mean, for most of us, our phones are the device that we use more often than anything else. And I strongly believe that nobody should be subjected to unwanted calls and distractions all day. So, as nice as it is to cash in and make these telemarketers pay every time they break the law and call me, that still doesn't solve the bigger issue that we're all facing. Studies have shown that each time we get distracted by something as minor as our phone ringing, it can take us 19 minutes to get our focus back to where we were. So the bottom line is these calls need to stop. And, as it stands now, all these robocallers, they're receiving a relatively small number of these demand letters, and they're raking in piles of cash hand over fist. So put yourself in their shoes. Why would they stop? See, I know this because I've talked to many of them, and they've straight up told me that they view these cash settlement demand letters as the cost of doing business. It's like an advertising expense to them. It's nothing. And this may have been the final straw that made me decide to go all in on this industry and take down these con artists. But let me tell you how we're going to beat them at their own game. And we're going to end spam calls once and for all. So we accomplish this by education. We educate more and more Americans of their rights. The callers will start receiving 10, 20, 100 times the amount of settlement demands that they're getting today, and they'll be forced to take us seriously because they'll have no other choice, because it won't be sustainable any longer for them to continue breaking the law and paying out all these settlements. We're going to hit them where it hurts the most, to the point they're begging for mercy and they eventually tap out. So this is exactly why I've decided to share all of these secrets with you. I can't do it all on my own, and I need your help. So I'd like to invite you to join us inside the End Spam Alliance. And together, we'll fight for what's right, and we'll take back control of our phones. Because only together do we have the power to beat these crooks. And why not cash in on all that money we're entitled to while we're at it? Oh, and by the way, we've also just implemented a program to incentivize and reward you just for helping us spread this very important message along. and to educate your friends and family about all of our rights through the TCPA. And who wouldn't want to share a message like this with friends and family? I know when I first learned about the power I had to demand settlements from these robocallers, and I started getting checks in the mailbox, I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I was telling everybody I knew. And I was shocked that 9 out of 10 people I told, they had no clue. They had no clue they could be getting paid every time they received one of these calls. And I promise you're going to discover the exact same thing. So what are you waiting for? Click below and join us in the End Spam Alliance, and I'll send over your free report right away with the step-by-step process for you to follow. You'll be ready to start sending out your first demands before you go to sleep tonight. And I can't wait to hear your success stories. I'll see you on the inside.